Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Wanted to get on here today with a habits video. This is kind of habits and self-love habits. I will tell you, I started planning this well before our crisis hit and just kept not recording it. And these things are helping me so much right now. I wanted to sit down and get this recorded in case it can help somebody out there. And I'm going to jump right into this. The first one is to see the blessing in whatever is going on in our lives, whether that's the current crisis or a health problem or something going on with your kids. And I don't say this lightly because I will tell y'all, last year I went through some health stuff that was a big trial. It was a big trial and it was very hard on my whole family, yet some blessings came out of it, some big blessings. And so now as we're going through this, I'm trying to see the blessings in what is going on. Some blessings that I see in my own life, and I know some of you are too because I've heard it on Instagram, and that is more family time. Slowed down family time, kind of like the 70s. I have found that my own family is gathering around the dinner table together. My daughter's coming over every night. We're watching TV shows together. My son is home from school for 5 months. So it's like a 5-month summer because this will end. And all this family time, all our families will scatter. So right now I'm really seeing the blessing in the family. So wherever you are, just try to pull out from somewhere some blessing that is coming from all this. Okay, next, I'm really trying to live in the present. That is a application or a theory I learned doing yoga a long time ago. Try to live in the present. Just try to live in the present, not what's going to happen. Oh my gosh, what if another case hits West Texas? Oh my gosh, what's going to happen here? How long is this going to go on? No, right here. What's going on right now? The sun is shining. I'm talking to you guys. I'm fixing to go work out after I finish this video. What is going on right now? Not what might happen. What if one of us gets sick? No, none of that's happened. Just right here. Stay in the present. That is such a gift to yourself. Is just to not let your mind spin out of control. Live right here in the present. Okay, next, whatever is going on, realize this too shall pass. And I'm just going to say this again because I heard somebody say this and it really was like a breath of fresh air. This is going to end. It's going to change. It's going to pass. One of the worst things we can tell ourselves, and a lot of us, or I have a tendency to think, this is never going to end. Whether it's pain, an illness, this situation we're in, it's never going to end. But it is. This is going to end. Our kids will go back to school. You will go back to work if you work. Our families will scatter again. This will end. So just remind yourself of that every single day. This will end. And then I think this goes hand in hand with that right now. I ration what I watch on the news, and that is all the time, but especially right now. When I get up in the morning, I do not turn on the news first thing. I kind of get my coffee. I have quiet time. I put on my makeup. I do not turn on the news, usually until the afternoon, find out what's going on, and turn it off. Yeah, find out what's going on and then moving on with my day. I'm cleaning something, I'm working out, I'm putting on my makeup, I'm talking to friends, and I'm not going to get mired down in that. Whether it's oil prices, because I live in an oil town, oil prices, illness, whatever's going on. Find out what's going on and then move away from it. Okay, next, turn on some music. I always have music on when I'm recording, when I'm cleaning the house. If I'm not watching TV, I'm usually listening to something upbeat. And if you need some good upbeat music to listen to, down below, I have my Spotify playlist. It's all upbeat, it's all happy, and it always makes me want to move. And whether that's just cleaning the house, that just makes me in a better mood. So music, if you're feeling down, put on some good uplifting music. And then when that's on, a lot of times I head on into my bike. One thing that's come out of this crisis is people want to move. It's like, don't tell me I can't go for a walk. Don't tell me I can't leave my house. I think this crisis is making people want to move more. I'm going to put up a slide that I just saw that is so true. People are like, no, you're not going to tell me I can't move. I'm getting outside and I'm moving. So I think a lot of people are moving right now. And it's, it's great. In my neighborhood, I cannot tell you how many bikes and joggers I'm seeing past my window. It's great. People are moving through their stress. Okay, next, if I get stressed out, like really stressed out and depressed and not wanting to move and just laying on my bed, I start cleaning. That gets me up and gets my body moving, push in a vacuum, clean my floors. That makes me feel better and it gets my body kind of up and functioning. And I will usually do that in commercials. I'll turn on a really good show like 48 Hours or Dateline, something with commercials, and every commercial get up and clean something different. Keeps my mind off of what's going on and just kind of keeps things on a schedule and moving. And speaking of schedule, I like to stay on a schedule, always. And I will tell you, I don't work outside the home, so this is always for me. I always stay on a schedule. Okay, I don't always, but when I don't, I hate it and I feel horrible. I always try to keep a good tentative bedtime of about 10:30. That gives me time to unwind, read a little bit, asleep by 11:30 or 12, and then I can get up by 8. Because if I just get my days and nights mixed up and I'm not going anywhere and I don't have to do anything, that is no purpose in my life. And I cannot live without a goal and a purpose. So I try to be in bed, even though I never really have to be up to be anywhere. My kids are out of the house. I don't work outside the home. So I guess I live my life kind of, I could be quarantined all the time, but I always get up. I always try to get up at a certain time, have a bedtime, work out every day, and have some goals. Do I want to do a YouTube video that day? What do I want to get done? Whether it's just reading a book, getting something cleaned, doing a YouTube video, all of that is self-imposed scheduling, and I live on it. And along with the schedule, getting up and getting all that done, makeup every single day because I feel pulled together. I feel ready. I'm pulled together. It makes me feel ready and like this day is important. Okay, next, help someone else. My dad always used to say, the fastest way to depression is to think about yourself. So if I'm feeling depressed and getting overwhelmed with everything that's going on, I check on my people. I check on my mom and dad. I check on my friends. I check on my Instagram girls. I check on you girls. Speaking of Instagram, we're over there every day checking on each other. So if you're not on my Instagram, go over there. It is so much fun. And we're very active over there. So if you want to really connect during this time, a great way to do that is social media. And we can, check on each other. So check on your people and it gets you out of your own head. And what do you need? What does someone else need? Okay, next, meditation. Y'all, I cannot tell you what a game changer that has been for my stress level. Even on days when I'm not that stressed, it stills my mind and takes my brain to a totally different place where everything is more still, less responsive. And my favorite meditation app is, and I'll put it right here, it's the Insight Timer. And my favorite leader over there, my favorite yogi, is the Sonic Yogi. And he is just, I love his voice. And he does a lot of sound therapy. I like to do it on my bed, cross-legged, and I just love it. It's invaluable to me and it just calms my entire mind down. Not just for days of high stress, but for any day. It makes any day better. I love it. Okay, next. This is an act of self-love that I started a while back. Every night every morning, I have left a clean kitchen for myself. Actually, a clean house. Not deep cleaned every day, but I do get up to a straightened up house and especially a clean kitchen. When I go in to get my coffee, I don't want to see dirty dishes. I want to see a nice cleaned up kitchen and not having to clean up messes from yesterday. I'm starting fresh every day. Along with that, and this may seem strange, but this is a little gift of self-love to myself. Every night, I be sure the coffee reservoirs are filled up. In the Keurig and the Nespresso, I make sure that those are filled up. And that's an act of love to my husband, who uses the Keurig, and my son and myself, who use the Nespresso. When we get up and we're already sleepy, and if you go to that machine and the reservoir is not full, it's like, I have to fill up the water too. So that's an act of love to myself and other members of the family. Okay, next, I got this next one from Mom's Life Motivation, I think is her name, over on Instagram. Every morning, I start off wiping all of my counters down, and they're usually already clean, but I'll get 409 and disinfect. all of my counters in my bathroom. It's a daily morning wipe down, I think is what she calls it. I spray down all of my counters, so even if they're clean, it makes them shiny, it makes them disinfected. Go to my bathrooms and do that, and that also makes me clean up my surfaces, if anything's on my surfaces. So I love doing that. It just makes the whole house feel like you're starting out sparkling clean. Okay, next I have a few spiritual things. So if you're not spiritual, you can click off. And thank you for visiting me, and stay safe and well. And I'm going to put in a few spiritual things. Okay, I start every day with quiet time and a good long skincare. Y'all know I'm a Christian, but you can do this whether you're spiritual or not. I get up and I take all, hold on, I'll get it. Okay, I get up every morning and I get my skincare, and I have it all in this little wood crate. I take it over to my bed, and what I read is I get out my Bible and I read from the Old Testament and the New Testament. If you are not a spiritual person, you can find a good uplifting book or a piece of fiction. So you could get a self-help book, you could get a book on habits, you could get just a good uplifting book, or a piece of fiction. I read a piece of the Old Testament and the New Testament. I read a day out of my devotional, and then I have quiet time with prayer. Between every chapter of my Bible, or every time I switch what I'm reading, I do more of my skincare. So I do my skincare, I read my Bible and a devotional. You can read, whatever you want, but just occasionally I'll stop and do part of my skincare, and I spend an entire hour, feeding my inner, feeding my spirit, nourishing myself before I get up and do anything to the outside. I'm trying to pay attention to the inside. And I will tell you, that is so valuable to me. If I have an appointment, I'll get up an hour earlier to do that. So I started with skincare and a good long quiet time, paying attention to my inner. Okay, next, I'll also try to end the day either with a book, a spiritual book, or scripture. Hang on. Okay, right now I'm reading Mark Batterson, In a Pit with a Lion on a Snowy Day. I just finished Not a Fan. That was excellent. One of you girls told me about it, but this is what I'm ending my day with. I start my day with scripture, then sometimes I end my day with a psalm or a proverb and read something, a spiritual book. That is helping me start my day good and end my day good. Okay, next, y'all, and I started this several months back, because I'm a worrier. If you also are a worrier, I have started turning every worry into prayer. If I'm worried about one of my kids, nope, don't worry about it, pray about it. And that helps me give it over to him, because I know the power of prayer. So I will take any worry I have and turn that into a prayer. Anytime that worry starts coming back in, nope, turn it to a prayer and send it back up. Let it go again. So anytime I have a worry, I turn it into a prayer. Lord, help us to find a cure. Help us to find a cure. Just turn any worry you have into a prayer, and it gives it away. Okay, and next, I'm going to quote one of you girls. My subscriber, Jana, always ends every one of her comments with keep looking up. Keep looking up. Because if we keep looking up, everything down here is going to work out. And when we're looking up, we're not looking down here and freaking out and panicking. This is a perfect time to prove to the people around us, what our faith looks like. Because he's got this, and we know he's got this, and even though we can't see what he's doing, he is going to take care of this, and this will end in ways that we could not even plan or think or hope for. So I'm going to end this video by saying keep looking up, because that is where our faith is, that's where our strength is, and that's where the blessing is. So anyway, that is all. Those are all of my acts of self-love and the habits that I'm trying to follow right now. Y'all stay safe. I love y'all all so much, and that's all I have for you. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Leave comments and questions down below, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Y'all have a good day. Bye.